Yeah, good morning. Good morning. I hope y'all doing well. This video today is going to be about switching lanes. I know it's switching lanes, pivoting, doing something different. I know a lot of times we, of course, I'm just talking about this from my own life, and of course, I'm hoping that it impacts you as well. But just know that you can switch gears, you can change lanes at any time. There's no set time period. There's no I'm too old or I'm too young or I'm too whatever it is. Anytime that you feel that something isn't working out, just know that you can of course pivot and change lanes. You can all the only thing I would say, because I know that, like I said, from myself and me switching gears with my cookie business and different things that I'm doing. I know that I have to, of course, prepare for it. I guess I put it that way too, making sure that I know exactly what I'm not exactly what I'm doing, but have a some kind of strategy for the next few steps I'm going to be taking. So, like I said, definitely, I know that this is scary for some people, especially if you're switching lanes and switching gears in a relationship or getting divorced or that type of thing is going on. I know that can definitely be scary, but just know that it's definitely possible. Sometimes we have to do those things. Sometimes we have to do those things. Sometimes we have to do those things, especially when we're feeling unfulfilled, when we're not feeling happy, when we're feeling that the things that we're doing is not working. Like I said, we have to switch lanes at sometimes, and just know that, like I said, I just want to let y'all know that it's okay. I'm telling myself this, and I'm telling you that too. Like I said, just know that it's okay. You don't have to keep doing the same things that you were doing. I know it's going to be scary to step out on faith and to leap and do something different, or to even just switch things up a little, switch up. Because I know people know folks, of course, and the main thing that I realized that when I, of course, have been through life and going through these processes and stuff like that, whenever I have changed lanes and whenever I have tried to pivot and do something different, the main thing, it wasn't, yes, it was fear of the unknown, yes, and it's probably fear of the unknown for you too, but it was also worrying about what other folks around me was going to think because I was doing something different than what I said I was going to do at first. I guess I put it that way. And like I said, I had to realize, I don't know at what point in my life I realized, but at some point in my life I realized that I couldn't worry about what those folks were thinking about what I was doing. I had to think about what I was doing first. If they didn't like it, or they thought it was crazy, or they thought whatever they thought, that's fine, that they can think that. But what I thought mattered and was the first and foremost at the top of my list. I guess I put it that way as well. Not what they were saying. What they were saying was way at the bottom, if it even made my list. And I'm saying all that to say that I know, like I said, this when you're trying to do things different, to switch things up, to go a different direction. I know, like I said, I know that it can be scary. Yes, the fear of not knowing what's going to happen, whether this is going to work, whether you made the right decision. I've had those same kind of thoughts, and I'm having those thoughts now too. Because like I said, I switched some things up in my cookie business. I'm switching things up for the first week. This is the first week in my cookie business to start doing my own at-home cookie drops and deliveries. And to quit going to all these vendor events, because it's a lot of, they have vendor events here almost every single day, probably multiple ones, I'm pretty sure. And it's a lot to pack up, to do all this, and all this kind of stuff going on. That's a lot. And that's not a way to build a business. So like I said, I had to create my own lane, or a lane that I feel happier about, in order to, of course, like I said, to get to my desired goal. And that's just the cookie business. But I've had to switch up relationships. I had to end relationships. I've had to do all types of things. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of things in our lives that we're going to have to deal with, that we're going to have to switch things up on, especially if sometimes things happen when we have no control over them, which that's always the case. Like I said, that fear is going to be there regardless as to whether you're making that switch up, or something has happened for you to, I guess, forcing you to make that switch up and that change. Just know that it's okay, and you're going to grow through it all. Just know that. I'll be 49 years old later on, I guess in the fall. And I know that all the switch ups and all the things I've had to change and all that kind of stuff throughout my life, and all the ways I've had to pivot, some of them were, of course, because of me. Other ones were because of people passed away, or I had to move, or people, I don't know, whatever it was growing up, all these types of things. I moved to a different city here, a different state and city here too. That was planned, of course. Like I said, I had to learn how to switch things up, moving from St. Louis to Arizona. Other moves I've had in the past, of course, evictions with parents and stuff like that. That wasn't a move I was expecting back when I was growing up, but I had to learn how to pivot anyway. Like I said, we're going to have all types of things that happen in life, y'all. We have to learn how to pivot and be okay with that. No one's going to know whether it's going to actually work out until the process starts, until you start moving in that process. Just know that. While there is not a blueprint to the exact way that you can do life or business or anything else, there is a blueprint that you can write, a plan that you can, of course, not, you don't have to write it if you don't want to, but I've always was told to write the vision and make it plain. So that's why I'm saying write. But you can always write that thing down and, of course, have some steps that you want to take and have some things that you want to do in order to carry this plan out. But just know that some things may come and it may switch it up again. You never know. But just be comfortable with that. Just know that you can shift your way through anything. Just know that. Like I said, I know it's going to be scary. I understand that. But in order for you to, of course, make some changes in your life that you, of course, are happy about and that you, of course, feel dignified about and that you, of course, feel proud of and that you can say, I did this. I guess I did this with God's help. If you want to feel that way, like I said, sometimes we have to go ahead and pivot on things. Life, business, and relationships, finances as well. And just know that it's okay. Like I said, I'm telling you and I'm telling myself too. But just know that it's okay. No, we don't know how it's going to turn out. Nobody does. God may do, but we don't know how it's going to turn out. Just always know that if there's a failure along the way somewhere, just know, because this is what I always say for myself whenever I've had things that didn't work out, or you call it a failure, whatever you want to call it. What I always say is those are my lessons learned. There was something in that down moment, in that failure that I learned that can, of course, help me in my next planning strategy. There's always something in there. We always learn lessons. We always learn something, y'all. I don't care if it was a relationship that you was cheated on. I was in a marriage like that. There was something I learned about my boundaries in that relationship. My boundaries, advocating for myself, and learning how to, of course, better communicate with my partner to make sure that we're on the same page. This was back in my 20s. Those were some of the things I was doing back in relationships, or trying to do in relationships. I guess I put it that way. I know you have to have a willing partner as well, but like I said, that's when I started learning how to do those things. That's why I talk about relationships in life and self-improvement and all those types of things now. Those are things that I've had to go through too in order to, of course, pivot in life and figure out my next steps and my next strategy. Like I said, just know that it's definitely possible and that you're going to be okay on the other end. But first, you just have to take that leap. Regardless as to what is going through your mind, your mind's going to try to protect you and tell you that you shouldn't do this. It's not going to turn out right. And people have failed and all the negative. Just know that there's a lot of positive in there too, I'm pretty sure. Inject that positive in your mind. Don't listen to all the voices in your head because of the experiences you've had in the past that's guiding those things, and the traumas that you've had in the past that's guiding those things. Focus on the positive and keep on moving, y'all. Regardless as to how scared you are, keep on moving. That's how you, like I said, that's how you learn how to develop your self-esteem and your self-confidence and your self-worth as well. But just know it's going to be okay, y'all. Like I said, maybe a little path and that kind of thing, but just know it's going to be okay, y'all. And I'm going to go ahead and get off here, but I hope this word helps somebody today. And no matter whether it's life, business, or relationships, I hope this helped you to figure out or to understand that it's okay for you to move forward with whatever you're working on. Scared or not. Push through that fear and go ahead and do it anyway. Like Maya Angelou said, legs shaking and all, do it anyway. So with that, y'all, I want to say take care. Have a great day. This is Tonetta. Of course, you're a social worker, you're a coach, and you're a baker. So like I said, definitely have a great day, y'all. Take care. I'll see you on the next video.